I've always been of the opinion that there's no such thing as superhero fatigue or multiverse fatigue. There's just bad movie fatigue or even subpar movie fatigue. Yes, I understand that the superhero movie and the multiverse movie formula, it can get a little repetitive, especially, God, it just feels like multiverse. Everybody started, even beyond Marvel and DC, just everybody started playing with the idea of the multiverse. And I could go on for a while about that, about our society being in this state where we're like longing for alternate realities where horrible things like the pandemic didn't happen. So I think that's kind of in our cultural zeitgeist right now. But I do think that audiences, to get back to your question, I think they're more open to like having more superhero movies and having more multiverse movies if the studios and the creatives behind each specific movie give audiences something really fucking good. I mean, do you know how many, like, I don't know, what are they called? Murder mystery movies or cop movies or ghost movies or road trip movies, etc. that there have been. And that's going even more specific than genre. I mean, the sheer number of just comedies or action flicks or horror films that are produced every single year, it's a lot. But you never hear people really like saying, oh, I'm so tired of horror movies, or I'm so tired of comedies, or I'm tired of action movies. No, they get tired of being force-fed slop by low-effort forces that just pump shit out and expect us to go watch it. They get tired of comedies that aren't funny or scary movies that aren't scary and are just bad. So the way studios can like stave off any type of fatigue or disinterest that moviegoers may have, it isn't to say, oh, well, we need to create a whole new genre or just stop making movies in this specific genre. No, you just need to make good movies. And I know that's way easier said than done as a guy who's made some pretty shit movies. But these blockbuster level movies, they have no excuse for being bad, in my opinion. They have all the money in the world to throw at these movies. So there's no excuse for not having the best of the best come in and give audiences quality content that makes them want to come back to the movies. Like when I see big blockbusters bring in either no name people, which I am a huge supporter of giving people their first movies. You know, for you to get a Spielberg, even Spielberg had to have his first movie. Every great writer and great director and great cinematographer, they all had to have their first movie. But when I see big blockbusters giving people their first script or their first this or their first that, no, that's not what you need to do. You need to let them cut their teeth on something else and learn the craft and then work up to that. And especially, you know, having like essentially movie making virgins make Hollywood blockbusters is a little more rare, but something they do, they have people who have not done some good stuff, like who have written some shitty scripts or directed some shitty stuff, and they still give them the job to come do their blockbuster. And I just do not get that. And you know, it's crazy that smaller movies with like 50 million and under budgets, they tend to be way better than the giant $200 million budget movies. When smaller movies are on like way tighter deadlines and have to pinch every penny, you would think that the blockbuster would be better in every way. And it's usually not. And something that I've argued is actually that perhaps having the smaller budget is a good thing because it forces you to make the best decision possible for your movie instead of just throwing everything you have against the wall because you can and hoping it comes together well in the cut and when in post-production. But hey, what do I know? Thanks for the question, man. But that's my answer. Just it's not the genre. It's not the specific kind of movie. It's making it well. And I was going to say making it different than what you've seen, something we've seen before, and that's important. But man, even if you do make something that is something we have seen a million times before, if it's good, it's good. So that's just always has to be your primary thing. And I know that's really a simple answer and easier said than done. But before you go like thinking, oh, well, we have to make this kind of movie or this kind of movie or ignore this genre or embrace that genre, their main focus has to be putting the time, effort, and attention into actually putting out good product instead of just putting out product and saying, hey, these dumb fucks, if we can cut together a good trailer, they'll all come see it opening weekend and we'll get our money back. And who cares if they like it after that? Well, that's stupid, because when you do that too many times, people are going to stop coming to opening weekend despite how good the trailer looked. Hey everybody, Colton here, and this is the mailbag style show where I take your questions about Marvel, Star Wars, DC, movies and streaming in general. Whatever you want to ask, send it in to the email address askcoltonnow@gmail.com, link in the description below. And hey, maybe you'll see your question featured right here on the show.
You're still here. It's over. Go home.